Hello, everyone. It's Joe from Off Topic Network, and this is the second part of my pipe collection video. Uh, I said that I'd probably have this up by 420, but obviously it's a lot later. I just didn't get the other one up until 420 even. So let's start up here. This is like basically all bubblers and steamrollers. Mostly all bubblers. Got this one. I don't remember where I got this, either from my mom or my cousin. It's got this little pumpkin bead on the end of it. It's colored like a pumpkin. Mostly we take it out at Halloween. I take out the zombie pipe lots of times at Halloween too. This is a little roach clip that I got. Once again, I can't remember where I picked this up, but I know it's somewhere pretty cheap. I used to have a couple other roach clips, but I think I've lost most of them now. That's a jar that I've got. It's obviously got that Grateful Dead skull on it. So yeah, I like this one a lot. The cork broke on it, so I kind of had to switch it out with another jar that I have whenever I'm using them. I've got this little steamroller, and it's got some color changing up in here in the main part, and it's got these beads all over it. I like steamrollers a lot, but lots of times they can be too big. So this one's a nice, pretty normal pipe size, but you still get kind of a bigger hit. This is this is one of my nicer pieces. This is a steamroller. It's got some color changing there at the end of it, and up here at the mouth too. Yeah, you cover up the end there. And then this will give you really, really big hits. The bowl is super deep on this one. But yeah, this is one of my nicest pieces, I think, definitely. Definitely one of the more unique ones, too. This is a pair of little bubblers that I got from some same place. Probably, I don't know. I don't know if these are machine made. They look, pretty similar to each other, but they might have just been made by the same blower. I like this one a little bit more. It's got yellow and kind of this dark blue, but it's almost even kind of a blackish gray color as it changes. This is our dab rig. We got it because it has kind of this corally kind of look to it right there. And then down here at the bottom of it, it's got kind of some more coral look to it. That's a very good shot of it. This is a double chambered bubbler that I have. I got this from my old roommate one time, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. I've had it for a while now. I've had it for like 4 years now already. This is the aqua pipe. Looks kind of like a little tiny thermos almost. You can pop this kind of little side piece out, and then now you've got yourself a little bubbler. Not the best hitting thing in the world, but it helps if you need to take it out somewhere where you're worried about breaking a pipe. The second row. Start with this piece. Highlight of this piece, I think, is this kind of Rasta colored swirl that they have up here. There we go. It zooms in good. Yeah, I just like, I like that kind of weird, the stuff that's inside of the glass on a pipe. And this also has some glitter in it, which isn't super, super cool to have glitter, but it is like one unique thing about this pipe, definitely. This is like the third pipe that I ever bought, I'm pretty sure. It's really clean right now, but it changes blue all throughout it. Once it's color changed, it's really cool. It's got this kind of pattern up there too. This little ring here kind of gets like an extra ring in it after it colors in. Pretty sweet. This we pretty much call the Christmas tree chillum, Christmas tree pipe. It looks, like the shape of a Christmas tree kind of, and then this red around it kind of looks like garland. And also it changes blue, so it's kind of like some extra garland that it has. There's another one that has a really big bowl. These are my chillums. This is my nicest one. It changes blue all throughout it. It's got a bunch of different designs. It's got this kind of ghost. This yellow up here is kind of see-through all the time. But it colors in and gets a little more bold. But I always kind of call this like ghost coloring. Here's some too, where it'll fill in with a color, but it's clear to begin with. Here's another one. It's got this spiral all down it. I like that a lot to it. This one changes blue also. I don't remember if I said this in the last part, but a lot of pipes are fumed with silver more than with gold. And yeah, the silver changes them blue. My little eyeball chillum. Not really much to it. When he's loaded up and he's all cleaned up though, it looks a lot like Beaker from from the Muppets. So yeah, it's really kind of funny. I think I said the last time that I kind of like eyeballs on pipes. That was my first one that I had. This little chillum I liked because it almost looks kind of like a mace with these 3 beads on it. It also changes some interesting colors, and it has this like metallic look to it the whole time. This chillum, not really as too fancy, but it definitely works well. I think I bought it more out of necessity. I don't remember when I bought it though. And then I got this little metal cigarette. I used to have a glass cigarette, but I lost it sometime pretty long ago. I like the glass a little more than the metal because I know that there's a couple of different kinds of metal that are dangerous to smoke out of, and yet they still make pipes out of them. This was one of the more expensive pipes. I think it's the most expensive of my sidecars, but it has a lot of different color changing all throughout it. It had this big bead in it. I really like the bead a lot. It's also got that design that, doesn't change colors at all, but I like it added with the color changing of it. This is one of Tori's pipes. It's a rhino-shaped pipe, and it's got Bob Marley on the side. Might be kind of hard to tell that that's Bob Marley. Yeah, he doesn't show up too well, but it's a pretty cool little picture on the side. This rhino pipe is actually the second one that Tori ever had. The first one she had broke when her pipe shelf fell, and this one, luckily, we could just replace it, and it's basically the exact same. This is another Sherlock that I had. It was pretty simple. I bought it. I like buying pipes from different pipe shops. I go to 3 or 4 different towns to look at pipe shops normally. And this one I picked up from the Windsor Smoke Shop. I think pretty much right after they opened. It was the first one that I bought from them at all. That zombie pipe actually also came from there, which is a pretty cool pipe to come from a little smoke shop. There's another pipe that I picked up, once again, more out of necessity than just out of how cool it was. It does color change blue all throughout most of it, but it's got this really big hole in the bowl, so it sucks through a lot of weed when you're smoking. It's kind of unfortunate. This is another one of Tori's pipes. It's got this ram on it. I think it's supposed to be, I can't remember which constellation it is ever. Is it Capricorn that's the ram? Maybe. I can't remember, but yeah, this is a really cool one. It's got really great details on the horns. You can see it there some. And yeah, it's got that awesome kind of, fish ram shape. This pipe has this little crazy pot leaf guy on there. He's smoking a blunt, or, a roach out of a blunt. My buddy, he named this guy Majumbo. Also, he's got these little dots on the front. Rasta dots. Definitely the pot leaf is the big draw for this one. This pipe I really liked because it has this big open spot here. Now it's all colored in, so it doesn't seem too cool. It has this kind of greenish yellow tint to it when it is clean. And I like just that it has this kind of like view window that you can look in. It also has, I really like this little swirl right there. And then it's got a stamp on here from the guy who made it. A little N is stamped in there. And I've actually got a buddy who just coincidentally, bought a pipe, and then I noticed one day when I was smoking out of it that it's got the same stamp. So it must have been made by the same guy. This is Tori's sidecar. And this one's really special because it's got these brown lines in it, and you don't see brown a lot in a pipe at all. It's also got a lot of green color changing in this. Green and yellow, some blue. I like the the use of gold fuming, obviously, in this to give it that green and yellow. This is Tori's fish pipe. This is unfortunately another pipe that has had to be replaced. The first pipe was actually taken by the cops one time. We got busted after we had been smoking, but everything still smelled like smoke, so the cops knew what was up. The first pipe really had a lot of different colors in it. This one's all orange, but it's got some blue color changing in here and around the lips. And then Tori's got this little bag that she keeps it in. It's kind of shaped like a fishbowl, as you can see. So it's pretty sweet. Here's another hammer pipe that I have. I got this one because I do like the hammer pipe shape. And I only had that one. And I had that one for a long time. This one has a lot of green in it. I like that a lot. I like the stem on this one a lot too. I don't know, something about the design that it has. So these are all hash smoking instruments. I know this one does not actually, probably it's not a hash pipe. But I've always used it as a hash pipe, and I picked it up really cheap because I'm pretty sure it's really a meth pipe. These are some, I always heard them called dab straws, but this one has this cool design on it, all these beads. This was made by a lady here in Colorado that my mom met, actually. She made all these. I believe this one was made by that same lady, and it's got a little bowl there so you can take a hit of weed and do a dab at the same time. And it's got a little Colorado made sticker there. This is Tori's hookah, which I don't know if we've actually ever smoked weed out of it, but we keep it down with all the bongs and all the pieces. It's a metal hookah. It's just really kind of small, so you kind of worry about the hose filling up, or clogging up a bunch. I wish there's a way that we could find some more small hoses, but so far we haven't ever found any. This is the first bong that I ever bought. It's got just kind of the slider down stem. This is actually, a replacement one that I found that matched it pretty perfectly. Yeah, I really like the black and yellow on it. It hits really good. It's really easy to hold. This is still one of my best bongs, I'd say. This is Tori's little bong. Mostly she just liked it because of that green down on it, and it's got a yellow bowl, little stripes around it. This is another bong. We found this actually in our the first place that I moved into after I moved out of my dad's house. We found this just sitting in the cupboard in the kitchen. So we always called this the house bong. We talked about just leaving it behind, but we were living at a place that had a property manager, and we knew they were going to come through and clean it out and throw this away, so we took it when we moved out. It needs a down stem though, so it hasn't been smoked out of for a long time. This is a little orange bong that I have. This is actually the first small little bong that I ever bought. And it's the weirdest story with this. When I was in the store, something about the light in there, it looked yellow and black to me. And to Tori, my girlfriend. So we buy it, we're like, oh cool, this bong's yellow and black, that'll be cool. I take it outside, and we realize it's orange and not yellow. Once it was in normal light, I don't know if it's something about the fluorescent light that they had in the store, or, there was lights on the display cases it was in, so something about it changed it to yellow, but I still really like this look. And this is honestly one of the best bongs that I have. It hits way better than most any small bong that I've used. This is a metal pipe that it's one of Tori's. It's pretty much indestructible. It actually has this metal case that is all around a glass pipe. So you don't have to worry about smoking out of metal, like I said. But it's pretty much indestructible. This is another pipe. We got it from my old roommate. He told me that the guy showed him when he bought it. Like, he threw it against the floor and it survived. So that's definitely nice for a pipe. This is our gas mask bong. I've never liked filling up with water. I think it hits better when it doesn't have water in it, but that would technically not make it a bong. I don't remember when I first found out that they had gas masks like this, but I was super excited to finally buy one when I did. This is the newest pipe that we have. We got this on 420, actually. They had a lot of sales at the head shops, and we found this one. It's got this octopus tentacle to it. This is another one of Tori's pipes. It's the first bubbler she's had ever since she had a bubbler that broke on her pipe shelf. So yeah, this one is pretty awesome. And it was a really good price for how big it is and how cool it is. It's got a really, unique shape. Here are two more bongs that I have. This one is the second bong I ever bought. I like black and orange a lot. I like Halloween, it's my favorite color. I like yellow and orange a little bit more, but black and orange I like too. Unfortunately, its downstem broke. When my dog George was a puppy, he knocked it over and it broke. I picked this one up several years later. I think it was just because it had been a long time since I had bought one. I managed to find this down stem that kind of matches with it a little better than just the plain one it came with. And this is the most expensive piece I own. It's about a 2.5 foot bong. It's got this Rasta color all throughout it. It's got the hot leaves. There's one. ones on the side here too. It's got color changing up here at the top. A little bit of color changing, some blue down in there. And then yeah, this Rasta color design all throughout it. It's got this bowl that came with it. I used to have a Rasta colored bowl that matched with it, but it was broken when I got it because I got it from another one of my roommates. It just matched so perfectly that it was fine that it was broken a little bit, but then eventually it did break the rest of the way. This also has these big beads on the side of it that are pretty cool. Make for nice little grips on it. Alright, so that has been my collection. Thank you for watching these 2 videos. I know they're a little long, but there's a lot to show. If you saw the last video, you'd see that said 77 pipes. That was wrong. I actually had forgotten about that little metal one. Plus, with that new bubbler we got, it's now up to 79 pipes. So yeah, hopefully maybe I'll get an 80th sometime and I'll show it to you guys. Make sure to go through and check out our new videos and subscribe to our channel.